they put it in television ads, the place to find your way home. The website is the single largest source of real estate information for home buyers and sellers, offering estimated home values, market comparisons, even neighborhood and school ratings. Just take it from realtor Jeff Sievers.
It's the most used real estate website out there.
The Seattle market's going up.
So it's no wonder Zillow was the first place Scott Hogel turned to sell his parents' home.
I really thought that I could sell the home on my own, and in doing so, I would save my parents a lot of money on real estate commissions.
It didn't work that way.
You should be getting multiple offers. I'm not getting any offers.
About the same time, the Seattle Times was reporting bidding wars for home buyers in the Seattle area. Many of those same home values on Zillow were dropping. Scott's estimated home value plummeted on Zillow by about $50,000, far below the nearly $400,000 an appraiser tells us his home is really worth.
And I couldn't sell it because people would come on property and think it's a $350,000 home because that's what they saw on Zillow.
Complicating Scott's situation, Zillow had the size of his home wrong. Listed as only 1,780 square feet instead of the 1,860 it really was. A common problem in older homes.
Do you have any idea why they would call this unfinished? I mean, it looks...
King County never recorded an addition to Scott's basement back in 1960. Not quite Zillow's fault. So we called Zillow and got Scott's square footage corrected on his homepage. But his home was still valued at around $374,000. More than $25,000 below where Scott's appraiser puts it.
I eventually just got to the point where I was done fighting. I waved the white flag.
But I didn't know if you...
Scott isn't alone. We found a series of similar complaints on Zillow's online customer service thread. One writes, "What is going on with Zestimates?" Another says their Zestimate decreased by about $95,000 in one day. Zillow responds, "We are aware of a bug. We are working to resolve this as soon as possible."
Zillow wouldn't talk to us about the problem on camera, but we noticed they fixed the bug, causing in some cases unusually low Zestimates seen right here. And when they came up with a new way to calculate home values, we also noticed they erased any evidence of the old estimates made using prior formulas from their website. That's in this time frame right here. They say that was to more accurately reflect the market.
And to me, it's like predicting the score of a football game after it's already over.
The complaints with Zillow's estimates don't begin or end with that bug they mention. Over the past 3 years, the Washington Attorney General's office has logged 40 complaints from consumers around the country regarding the Seattle-based company. The majority are concerning misrepresentations on the website. The BBB has collected 246 complaints and gives Zillow a C- rating.
Nothing against Zillow. We want to work with them.
David Quinlan is their spokesperson.
We expect businesses to show a good faith effort in resolving complaints. And the situation with Zillow, because of the number of complaints they have, and 3 of them sit unresolved right now, that lowered their ranking.
And other complaints. The owner of this Snoqualmie Pass home calls Zillow completely inept. Zillow values his home listed for over $1 million at just over $400,000. And the problems go beyond Western Washington. The owner of this New Jersey home complains Zillow's estimates are completely inconsistent after Zillow valued a similarly sized home 2 doors down more than $100,000 higher than his own. And the owner of this New York home writes that a low Zestimate is hindering the marketability of her home.
I'm not sure if Zillow questions the validity of the complaints or whether or not they think the complainant is accurate with their accusations, but the bottom line, we've noticed this pattern since 2011, and it hasn't changed.
Zillow admits its Zestimates are just that, estimates, not an appraisal, and are within 5% of the sale price just over a third of the time. It's calculated using a formula that considers attributes like a home's size, tax records, and recent nearby sales. They argue a Zestimate is also as likely to be high as it is to be low. Realtor Jeff Sievers says home buyers often take those estimates as fact.
And that has become a problem because it's like, well, I understand that Zillow has, a price, but in reality, it's it's not that. It's what the market will bear.
This would be the formal dining room.
Scott eventually hired a realtor and got 2 offers in 5 days, nearing $400,000.
And in my opinion, if the Z estimate had been right, I would have been able to sell the home on my own, and I would have saved my parents $12,000.
Well, it's a big deal to my client.
Jeff says Zillow is still a great website. People just need to understand its purpose.
Zillow is an awesome place to go and get a ton of information. They have, like I said, the schools, the walkability. They have the resources on there are great.
So just keep in mind, unlike their ads may imply, Zillow is one source that requires some double checking.